What's good, GTA Nation? Welcome to 6 Central. And if you're new here, that's kind of the point because this channel is brand new. 6 Central is your daily home for everything GTA 6, and the whole idea is dead simple. I tell you what's actually happening with this game, and I never dress a rumor up as breaking news. GTA 6 is still locked for November 19th, and this month might be when the marketing finally kicks off. Today is the perfect example of why that matters. So, if you've been anywhere near GTA 6 the last couple of weeks, you already know the energy has completely flipped. For months, it was dead quiet. Now, all of a sudden, everyone is bracing for something. And this time, there is a real reason for it, not just wishful thinking.
GTA 6's third trailer is coming very soon because one of the most reputable video game insiders and leakers has given us some details on Grand Theft Auto 6, and that is NateTheHate. And in case you guys are questioning his reliability at all on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, he is listed under Tier 1 for very reliable.
So here's the plan today. I want to walk through every single thing pointing at a big GTA 6 moment in August. I'll tell you which parts are actually confirmed and which parts are just people getting hyped, and by the end you'll know exactly what to watch for and when. Let's get into it. So let's start with the one thing on this whole list that is not a rumor at all. Take-Two Interactive, the parent company of Rockstar Games, has an earnings call locked in for Friday, August 7th. That is confirmed straight from the company's own investor calendar. Now here is the part that has people leaning in. This call is scheduled for before the market opens, and that actually breaks from how Take-Two normally does it. They usually report after the close. By itself, a time slot is just a time slot, but when a company shifts its earnings call to an unusual window right before a massive product year, people start reading into it, and honestly, it is fair to at least notice.
But I think we have our next date as to when to expect trailer number 3, and that's because their parent company Take-Two Interactive have just announced their next earnings call. And as I've said many of times in the past, it has traditionally been around these earnings calls when Rockstar Games have given us news about GTA 6. So Take-Two Interactive, again Rockstar's parent company, announced that it plans to report financial results for its first quarter of fiscal year 2027 before the market opens on Friday, August 7th, 2026.
Quick explainer if you're newer to this. Earnings call is just a scheduled meeting where a public company reports how much money it made and talks to investors about what's coming. And remember, investors care about GTA Online numbers too. That multiplayer revenue is a massive part of the picture every single quarter. The interesting part for us is that this is the first call since GTA 6 pre-orders went live back in June, which means we are very likely getting the first official pre-order sales numbers. And those numbers are going to be gigantic. Here's why that matters for you and me. Earnings calls are one of the few moments where Rockstar's leadership is actually on the record. Strauss Zelnick, Take-Two's chief executive officer, will be the one presenting, and he is not going to premiere a trailer on an investor call. That is just not how Rockstar operates. But record pre-order numbers plus an executive reaffirming the date is exactly the kind of setup that tends to sit right next to a marketing push. So that's our confirmed anchor. Now we move into insider territory, and the biggest name here is NateTheHate. If you follow gaming leaks at all, you already know Nate. For everyone else, here's the context that matters. Nate has one of the most reliable track records in the entire industry. One concrete example, he leaked the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake for Switch 2 roughly 2 months before Nintendo officially announced it. So when he talks, people listen. Recently, when a fan pushed him on the total lack of GTA 6 gameplay, Nate said he expects to see a fair bit of GTA 6 this month, and then clarified he meant August. He also told nervous fans that Rockstar has a marketing plan, they are sticking to it, and there is no reason for concern.
Nate does, though, respond about a trailer and new marketing by saying, "I don't see August coming and going without a GTA 6 update and a trailer 3 drop. The true wonder is when in August."
Now I want to be precise here because this is exactly where a lot of channels overreach. Nate framed this as something he expects, not as something one of his sources confirmed. That is a real difference. This is a very well-connected person reading the situation, not a leaked document. So treat it as a strong signal from a reliable person, not as an official fact. If Nate is right, August is when the silence finally ends. And Nate is not the only credible voice pointing this same direction. Back in June, Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, who confirmed the 2022 leak was real, said he was 90% confident that GTA 6 would not be delayed again. That one isn't about a trailer specifically, but it still matters because a locked November 19th launch is exactly what would force Rockstar to start showing more, and soon. You do not sit in silence 4 months out from the biggest launch in gaming history. The date holds, which means the marketing has to start, which lines right up with what Nate is saying about August.
It is, let's say 90% with close to near certainty, it is going to come out on November 19th. Take-Two and Rockstar have already opened up pre-orders, which means they are pretty confident that this release is actually happening.
So now let's get to the one that has the community buzzing the hardest, and also the one I want you to be the most careful with. Grand Theft Auto, a community website that monitors Rockstar's backend changes, reported spotting multiple backend changes to Rockstar's official GTA 6 website, at one point flagging 3 small updates in a single day. And here's the detail that gives this some weight. The same site says they spotted similar website activity a day before Rockstar dropped the cover art and pre-order announcement back in June. So there is a small track record there, and I'll give credit for that.
The website iGrandTheftAuto.com on social media just put out this, might be nothing, but my Rockstar monitor has just detected a change to the GTA 6 website. This is the first one I've noticed since this time last month. It's possible it's just a regular code deployment they do at the end of each month, but it's worth keeping an eye on. I can't see any noticeable differences other than some CSS and JS updates, but nothing visual from what I can tell.
But now here's my honest take, and it's a little less exciting. Website backend changes on their own are some of the weakest evidence out there. Companies push code to their sites all the time for performance and security reasons. Yes, sometimes a wave of updates comes right before a big traffic surge, so it is worth watching. But if the only thing you're hanging your hopes on is that a site got a code update, I'd pump the brakes. I am not gonna sit here and tell you a backend tweak means a trailer is coming Tuesday. I have no way of knowing that, so I'm not going to pretend I do. Okay, let me put my own cards on the table for a second, and I want to be super clear that this next part is me speculating. Grain of salt on all of it. I have zero inside information. Here's how I personally think August plays out. I don't think Rockstar premieres trailer 3 on the earnings call itself. What I think is more likely is that Strauss Zelnick confirms record-breaking pre-orders and reaffirms November 19th, and then the actual trailer lands somewhere in the window around it, most likely in the back half of the month. That's the pattern that fits how Rockstar has always kept its investor stuff separate from its fan-facing marketing. It's the same playbook they ran all the way back through Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, that's my read, not a fact. If you think I've got it wrong, tell me because I actually want to hear it. So let's put all of this together and look at what the next few weeks could actually look like.
It is, let's say 90% with close to near certainty, it is going to come out on November 19th. Take-Two and Rockstar have already opened up pre-orders, which means they are pretty confident that this release is actually happening. Unlike previous release dates, this one feels real. So November 19th, GTA 6 is coming.
1, and this is the only confirmed piece, Take-Two reports earnings on Friday, August 7th before market open, and we should get the first official GTA 6 pre-order numbers, and Strauss Zelnick will be on that call. 2, according to NateTheHate, and framed as his expectation rather than a sourced leak, we should see a fair bit of GTA 6 at some point this month. 3, that timing lines up with Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, who confirmed the 2022 leak, saying in June he's 90% confident the November date is not moving. And 4, Grand Theft Auto, the community website that tracks Rockstar's back-end changes, has flagged website activity that might mean something and might mean nothing. So keep that one firmly in the maybe pile, put it all together, and August is shaping up to be the most important month for this game since the last trailer dropped. The launch is still locked for November 19th on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, and PC, for the record, still has no announced date. But now with all of that, I want to hear from you. do you think we get trailer 3 before the earnings call or after? And if you had to bet the house on one, are we getting a full gameplay reveal this month or just another trailer? Let me know your take in the comments below. I'll be reading through all of them. And while you're at it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Because if this drops, you want to hear it here first. All right, with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.